Hi everyone, today is the 15th of October, it's Thursday, and you are watching Economic Observations. Today we're going to discuss the moratorium for renters in Massachusetts expiring tomorrow. Also, new unemployment numbers came out today. Almost 900,000 new people losing their jobs last week, plus another 350,000 of the gig workers losing their jobs. These are no small numbers. It's another 1.2 plus million people losing their livelihoods. I haven't made a video in a while. I've just been exhausted following the news, to be honest with you. Everything is politicized out the wazoo, and I am just burnt out. I cannot wait for the election to be over. I am tired of the name calling. I am tired of the games. I'm tired of the manipulation. I'm just tired. It's exhausting. There is no stimulus package to the millions of Americans that desperately need it. This is by fault on both parties, and yet spending all this money is a big problem, but you have people really, really suffering. In Massachusetts, the moratoriums for rent are expiring tomorrow. I was reading an article in the Boston Globe today, and it said that, pre-pandemic, there were on average 43 evictions a day. So if you take the time period of 6 months, multiply the working days by 43, it's over 5,200 or like 5,100 plus evictions that would have taken place with or without the pandemic. Massachusetts is looking at 100,000 people being evicted from their homes. So where do these people go? And you listen to Governor Baker, the time is now to end the moratorium because people are just getting further in debt, right? They're just accruing debt every day that they're staying there. And you can't kick the can down the road. So what are we to do? He has set aside $117 million to add extra judges to the courts. And also he has allotted some money to mediators to work with landlords and tenants to come up with some kind of conclusion to avoid the eviction process. He has also, I guess in Massachusetts, they had some kind of rental assistance, we'll call it, of $4,000 a year that people applied for, and the state paid for it, and he wants to raise that to $10,000 a year. Now, a lot of that is bureaucratic. It's a lot of paperwork. It's going to take time, and the evictions might happen before any of that is processed, but he's putting a lot of money aside to help people. And we don't know if it's going to work or not, right? And we don't know. And I guess the governor's office has also said there's no way to tell or distinguish who's losing, their housing, or who's being evicted because of the pandemic, or who would have been evicted even prior to the pandemic. So that's what's going on in Massachusetts. Time will tell. It's a sad time for an eviction. I mean, it's getting cold in Massachusetts. Kids already registered in schools, and people honestly have nowhere to go. And the stimulus, the $1,200, Congress just can't seem to agree, and I think they're just playing a political game, which makes no sense. It's like we're their pawns or their puppets, and they're just stringing people along. And they don't understand the ramifications of that. It should have been done a long time ago. The bill should have been signed in July. To be honest with you, it's 2 weeks from Election Day. It's not going to happen. And maybe it shouldn't happen. Maybe it's just too close. And whatever side wins or gets their way or whatever it is, right? Because we're just the puppets. And I really don't think that the American people should be played around with like this, that we can be used for their own political gain. Let's face it, everyone in Congress doesn't need a stimulus check. They don't need anything. They're all millionaires. It's just a game, and it's exhausting. And unfortunately, the stock market needs it too, because without the injection of stimulus, the stock market, the housing market, everything, I mean, we're so reliant on this debt. It's crazy how we can just spend our way out of things. But the wrecking ball's coming, because we're not going to be spending like this forever. And the can is going to come up against a big wall that it can't go around. And we're going to have to face it. They talk about a digital currency last week or earlier this week. China gave out millions of dollars of a digital currency to Shenzhen province residents on a lottery. So it equals out to be about $30 per person. And they have to download this app, and they can only spend it at select supermarkets, pharmacies, and Walmart. So it is an incentive for people to go out and spend the money. You can't save it. You can't cash it out. It is only to be spent. So this is their way of injecting funds into the economy. And I think that the United States is not far away from their own digital currency. And it's going to be very similar, right? You're going to download an app, and you're going to be told where you can spend it. And if you don't spend it, you don't get any more. They don't want you to save it. You can't put it in a bank account. They're trying to bypass the bank. So it's going to go directly from the Fed, directly to your phone. And you're going to pay via an app. I guess, more and more merchants will get on it or start accepting the currency. But it's going to be a way that they can control you. A way that they can see everything you buy. A way that makes sure you spend it. They can take it away at any time. They can give you more at any time. Scary. I mean, but people need it, right? Maybe it's a way people get their food stamps. But that's going on, and that is something to really keep an eye out for. We also have the CEO of Walmart who is begging Congress for more stimulus. I wonder why. They had record sales through July, when everybody made more on unemployment and everyone had that $1,200 stimulus check. And now Walmart's hurting too. They need the stimulus too. They need people to continue buying. We're in a really strange place. Anyway, I had a tough week. One of my good friends in Tanzania needed a kidney transplant. He was looking for help, financial help. He has no insurance and not a lot of money, but they can do it there, and I did the best I can, and I think I saved someone's life. It was a really exhausting week. All right, say a prayer for him, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Have a nice day.